If you've seen me on TV or heard me on the radio or watched the videos over the years, you know I've always said that a win is a win, a loss is a loss, there is no in between, and I absolutely cannot stand handicappers or gamblers who try to rationalize away a loss. There is no such thing as a good loss. Now, yesterday, I was going for a top-rated 15-dime best bet winner number 12 out of 15 with my SEC Game of the Year part number 3. I had hit parts number 1 and 2 each of the past 2 Saturdays. And part number 3 last night was LSU plus 7.5 against Alabama. Now, I'll tell you what, I lost the game. And I haven't lost many games, as you know, over the past 2.5 weeks. But for sheer entertainment, what a game last night. I mean, it was like 2 heavyweight boxers going toe-to-toe for 15 rounds. And yeah, I ended up losing that game because of the field goal by Alabama to get them the cover. But what a great college football game. Now, normally I'm a guy who I would rather see a pinball scoring type of game. I want to see 34-31, okay? I want to see 48-41. So normally I'll gravitate more to those games in the Big 12 or the Pac-12, you know, the high-scoring games. But last night, man, was that a damn good game. And my takeaway from that is, listen, LSU gave them everything, them being Alabama, everything they had. And Bama just came up each time with a defensive stop. But let's not discount the defensive performance that LSU put forth last night. Because, listen, playing in Baton Rouge on a Saturday night where dreams go to die, never easy. Alabama absolutely had to absorb LSU's best shot defensively, but the Crimson Tide delivered, proving once more why they're the number 1 team. So, yeah, I lost money last night, but for my entertainment dollar, which is really what gambling is all about from my perspective, damn, what a good game. So, I mean, yeah, it sucked. I lost the game, but you know what? Today I come right back and I go for top-rated 15-dime best bet winner number 12 out of 16, and I get the money right back in the pros. Now listen, I lost last night, but not too many of the other guys did, and chief among them was Brad Wilton. He did it again last night. 150-dime raised the bar winner number 27 out of 36, number 4 in a row, his 2016 college blowout of the year. Now, you tell me, was this a blowout play? San Diego State was a 21.5-point favorite at home against Hawaii. They won 55-0, and I chose that play to be his half-price play of the day yesterday because on Friday, he had his 100-dime winner number 5 in a row, another half-price play of the day selection, and that was Temple 21-0 over Connecticut. Well, today, he's not only going to raise the bar, but he's going to go to a level that he has not gone to in a number of months with the biggest play he has had this entire season as he goes for winning day number 10 out of 11 overall. And guys, let me just make sure that I've got the exact statistics for you. Today, he has his 200-dime double your wager winner number 16 out of 21 in all sports. And in the NFL, number 7 out of 9, his first one since last year, and it's the Sunday night game between Denver and Oakland. And I saw this play, and I'm going to make it the half-price play of the day as well. Now, listen, I'm doing this video report at 2 o'clock Eastern time in the morning. In fact, I'm doing it right before 2 o'clock, so the clocks haven't even changed yet, okay? So he's probably not even going to have this up for a few hours, but be patient. When it's up, the discount coupon code is going to be Sunday night. Altogether, Sunday night. No space between the words Sunday and night. That's going to be the half-price play of the day today. The other big featured play today is going to be Chuck O'Brien. Not only going for winning day number 29 out of 41 and 9 out of 10, but his second ever 100-dime NFL release since coming back to this site last November after a 3-year absence. It's Philadelphia and New York. His first ever 100-dimer was Denver, beating up Brock Osweiler and the Texans last month. You got it for half price. Yesterday, his first ever 100-dime college football release. You talk about blowouts. You thought Brad Wilton's was good? His yesterday was Washington State, a 17.5-point favorite. All they did was beat up Arizona 69-7. You got it for over half price off. Today, second ever 100-dime NFL release, Eagles and Giants to start your day. Again, for over half price off. The coupon code is SECOND, SECE. Oh, SEC. The This is what you get for doing video reports at 2 o'clock in the morning, especially before the time changes. SEC OND. All your other coupons, discounts, promos, etc. over on the homepage. Let's get to your complimentary plays. Now, yesterday, I hit 2 out of 3 complimentary plays as I give you winners on Tulsa and Wyoming. Lost with Indiana, but 8 out of 9 free picks in the bank since Wednesday. I think my NFL freebies on the season are 21, 9, and 1. Let's start with New Orleans minus the points at San Francisco. Something you may have heard me say on the Countdown to Kickoff show this week, but I thought Sean Payton came up with a interesting game plan last week when he hosted the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle was coming off an excruciatingly long game against Arizona the previous Sunday, the Sunday night tie at Arizona, where the Seattle defense was on the field for 46 minutes. So Payton, rather than going to the normal Saints attack, throwing the ball constantly, had a run-pass split of 25 and 25. And consequently, the Saints ran for 123 yards with Tim Hightower running for season-high 102. And the Saints had, consequently, a time of possession of about, 36 minutes in that game compared to 24 for Seattle. Well, Sean Payton doesn't do the same damn thing today against San Francisco. I would be stunned because you got a San Francisco run defense, and I've been telling you for weeks, and the NFL stats back it up, that is the absolute worst in the league. 185.1 yards a game allowed, 5.1 yards per carry allowed. And as I've also been telling you for weeks, this defense only gets worse as the season progresses because just like you saw with Chip Kelly's defense last year in Philadelphia, what happens is when you have a poor defense to begin with, when Chip Kelly is your head coach, it gets worse as the season progresses because the offense plays at such an up-tempo pace. The defense is always exposed because of injuries, because of flaws, because it has to be on the field even longer. So I think the Saints will have success running the ball. That means Drew Brees is going to be all the more dangerous. You have a 49ers team that hasn't won since beating the Rams 28-0 in that Monday night game to start the season. A 49ers team that has lost 6 straight, both on the field and against the spread. Meanwhile, the Saints are coming off a 25-20 home upset of Seattle. And I'm going to go with New Orleans here minus the 2.5 to 3 points. And again, if this line is anywhere crossing anywhere between 3 and 4.5 points, I'm absolutely buying down the half point in this one on New Orleans. Now, it is not a great Sunday card as far as I'm concerned. The other complimentary play I'm looking here is the game between Green Bay and Indianapolis to go over the posted price. Let me just double check the latest price on this one. Earlier in the week was 54 points, and let me just see where this one is sitting right now. Yep, still sitting at 54 points in this one. Indianapolis really was awful last week against Kansas City at home. Just a miserable performance for them. But the one thing about the Colts is they play a lousy defense no matter where they're at. They do not discriminate. And on the road this season, they have been horrific defensively. So I think the Packers will be able to put some points up on the board. At the same time, this Packers secondary that has really been ripped apart at the cornerback position because of injuries, I think is primed to be picked apart by Andrew Luck in this particular contest. So I think that you're looking at a Colts pass defense is ranked number 31 in the league, allowing opposing quarterbacks to complete nearly 67% of their passes. Opposing quarterbacks throwing for almost 288 yards a game. You saw Aaron Rodgers the past couple of weeks against both Chicago and who was it last week? Atlanta, throwing the ball well over 35 times a game because Packers don't have a ground game. So I think all the elements are there to go ahead and push this one over the posted price. You have a Colts team that has gone over in 10 of its last 13 on the road, 7 of its last 9 games over overall. You have a Green Bay team that certainly can play over too. So I think this game goes over the posted price. For your final complimentary play, guys, I'm going to take a look at this game between San Diego and Tennessee. I find it interesting that this price has moved down a little bit from earlier in the week where San Diego was a 5-point favorite. You can now find the Chargers down to 4 in this particular contest. Tennessee's coming off a 2-1 homestand where the Titans really should have swept those 3 games, but in the middle of the 3 games, they coughed up a late lead and lost to those Indianapolis Colts. But what concerns me about the 3-game stretch there for Tennessee at home, in the first game, they nearly blew a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter and had to fight off the Cleveland Browns. The second game, they blew that double-digit lead and they lost to the Colts. The third game, hey, on a 4-day short notice, they beat up Jacksonville on a Thursday night game. Tennessee has played well because they've been able to run the ball effectively, and they've gotten great production out of Derrick Henry and, more importantly, out of DeMarco Murray. Now, San Diego had won 2 straight games before going to Denver last week and losing when the Broncos were playing in revenge because, of course, you knew Chargers beat the Broncos a couple weeks earlier on a Thursday night game. I think in this spot here, that I'm going to go ahead and back the Chargers at around 4.5 points. And again, naturally, I'm buying down the half point in this particular spot. I just think that San Diego will be able, with Phillip Rivers and the way that Melvin Gordon is running the ball, to get the job done against this Tennessee pass defense. It is nothing special. Tennessee pass rush, which has been spotty all season long. And with Rivers' quick release, I think they'll be able to get the job done. In terms of Tennessee moving the ball, I like the way San Diego's defense has been playing over the past 3 weeks, starting with that Denver upset at home. So I'm going to go with San Diego, take advantage of the line move, and play the Chargers here, again, buying down the half point. So once again, New Orleans, San Diego, those are the 2 side plays, and I'm going to take Green Bay and Indianapolis over the posted price. Those are your 3 free plays for Sunday's card. I wish you well, guys, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow when we do this one more time.